Yeah, dude, you're welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody.
You're funny.
Let's talk Cadena TV, baby.
Well, first off, if you are here and you're watching, thank you so much for participating in our lives and for letting us be part of yours. So, if you haven't bought anything, what's wrong with you? Buy our shit. And welcome to this episode.
That's funny. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Feedback's always important. I mean, to some people, fuck what you
Guys, just
think.
tell us what you don't like.
Yeah,
I like when people start just telling us what's wrong with me.
I don't get too many people that talk too much shit. And so, but I guess if you talk shit and then if you like look at my page and then you start talking shit, like, what are you going to tell me? Like, I live what I'm talking about. I don't care. So, like, whatever. But yeah, no. So, how you doing today, brother?
My goodness, my friend, it's been a fantastic week. Um, we've so much excitement. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what day it is. I understand it's Sunday because the alarm came on. It's the only alarm I have on my phone.
Oh, really?
It's the only alarm I have on my phone, and that is just to make sure that I have two alarms. I got one at 4:03 and at 4:59. So,
I probably should add that second one for the days that I'm in here working and I work through the start of this. It doesn't happen very often anymore. I don't get up at 3 anymore. So at least at this stage of my life. So
no, that's pretty fucking awesome that it that you don't get to do
uh,
that joyous event.
yeah, and I mean I entertain the thought. Like I when my wife's always like, "Oh, she's like, I want to take a break off alcohol." I was like, "Well, there's a requirement for that for me." Like, and that's like I have to like strap the fuck in and like work out twice a day and all this other shit because that's the I've decided or realized that that is literally the only time that I stop like for a long period of time. Like take a couple weeks off, months off. But if I'm not working out twice a day, it's just too much time.
Well, I'm Gabby's school, the full tuition and everything with her room and board is 85 grand a year.
It's disgusting.
Tuition is only 57, 55 roughly.
57, 55 grand
Yeah, that's tuition.
in
Yeah,
state. That's
in
fucking that's
state,
disgusting.
in state. That's a year, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, that's a year, and but I must say, listen, wow, I fell in love with this place. I hadn't, I there isn't the things that I saw. Okay, so the things that I've seen my daughter do. Okay, I've been raising my, I've been watching my daughter for the last 20 years as to date. Today is her birthday. Today is her birth date, and she's 20 years old. So she's never really asked for anything. She's never really done anything. And the way that she has presented herself her whole life is exactly what this school is going to finish.
Really?
It has everything that she, it's funny because they're talking about like art, digital graphics and art, uh, software and hardware, right? You know, the shit that they, whatever, all the hardware that they use for digital arts. Well, um, I didn't know, but I accidentally purchased one of the best. tools I could have ever purchased for my daughter a couple years back when I bought her a fucking professional. It cost me like 3 grand, you know. It's a fucking and I bought it as a gift to her for like for her birthday or something or Christmas or something. I don't remember what I bought it for, but it was when I was making a shit ton of money, so I didn't think of it, you know. And well, this school has that same version, but
Hmm.
but the professional grade. She has the high end home grade. They have the professional grade. Those are $10,000 machines. So her $3,000 machine was not that far off, you know? And so she already knows how to use everything. And I was like, so that was useful. She goes, you have no idea. I'm like, oh, wow. Points for dad. Yeah, you know? I'm like, all right. And I'm walking through this school and, um, brother man, there is not one, there is not one animation, cartoon, whatever Disney, Pig, not whatever Pixar, whatever whoever's out there that has done something that's worth something has been that's been in billboards and cinemas that this school has not had their hands on.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's number three in the whole world
Oh, uh,
for
price
for
makes sense though.
so I'm like when I see all this, it's like they said, okay, so uh juniors have pretty much open door internships at all these major institutions, Google, Apple, Disney, Pixar. you know they have like just, all right, we need fucking 500 what do you call them, when you go and work at these places when you're a student, internships, right? So they already know how many fucking of their students are going to get internships. It's retarded. It's like it's depending who I'm talking to, right? Like, I'm not a college guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not a basket weaving degree guy. You know, but I got excited. I listen to me. I'm excited to figuring out how I'm going to help her pay for
Mhm.
$85,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? It's just it became a challenge. It became something, and because the school's worth it, I saw tremendous value in it.
So she got a partial scholarship, or they're covering like her tuition or
They,
something.
yes, correct. So they're covering the. Here's the thing. So as of now, they're only covering 16,000 of it. Okay. Now, because of how I can prove income or whatever income I can not
Right.
prove, whatever I can show is very limited. So they're going to readjust for scholarship. I already spoke to financial aid about all of this. But here's the thing, because I already started ticking and I already started moving some fucking things, well, I'm going back into the workforce for a limited amount of time.
Mm.
So I made a deal with my wife. We have a 2-year renewable contract.
Mm.
So I said, listen, I know I can save $100,000 in the next 2 years. Save cash. And I said, this is how I'm going to do it, and this is how we're going to pay for her school. I presented a whole fucking plan, and she goes, I swear to God, she goes, sounds nice, but it involves us moving or you traveling or you working in Tampa. She goes, yeah, is there anything local? And I'm like, no, I haven't looked. I don't want to look. I don't understand. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to fucking and I went back to her. I was like, I'm not doing this to go get a fucking job to maintain.
Yeah.
I have a purpose in my mind that I say, listen, and if I'm gonna go work for somebody, if I'm gonna go rent my time, it has to make sense about a certain allotted period. I'm so sorry. There is no renting Nestor fucking 5 days a week anymore. There is no Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I promise you. And I said it with as best nicely as possible without really saying it. I will shoot myself
Mhm.
with that 9 to 5 bullshit. It's not happening. No, I have a purpose here in my mind that I'm paying for a 4 year degree in two. I have a purpose in my mind that I'm going to go fucking rack up a whole bunch of fucking cash, right? And fucking in 2 years, I can buy anything I want in 2 years because I'd have 100 grand. I know I can, I have 100,000. That's separate from paying for my
Mhm.
daughter's school. I'm talking about I have 100,000, 50,000 saved every year, whatever it is. I would have 100,000 saved in 2 years. So I told her I'll do it in four, but I know I can do it in two. I said, so that's gonna pay for Gabby's college or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna work in fucking Tampa because while she's there, I'm gonna go work in Clearwater. While she's there in school, and it's a 4 year degree. Now I know she can probably knock it out in 3 years, but I don't think anybody wants to, dude. That's a fucking cool school. You
Mhm.
know, I, maybe what I mean. It's just I don't know. Just get it over with, type deal. Um, but that's it. So for now, I'm gonna be yeah driving up. I'm gonna head up there and speak. So I already spoke to the main headquarters here. This is the same shop that I used to work at before, where I pretty much haven't done anything with them for. I think December was the last job. December, January was the last job I ever did with them. And that was I did it with Sebastian. I had just bought the Porsche, I remember. But other than
Oh,
that, dude, I spoke to them and I told them that I wanted $85 full time, guaranteed fucking, full time. And I got a text yesterday. And as I was talking and as I was saying full time, that means that they are going to limit the amount of fucking time that I can in my day, right? Like before, I used to do billable hours before, right? As a full time tech, you can't do that, right? Because you're just there. So like I said, I'm just happy to do my fucking,
you
my
just do time.
I'm just doing my time, you know.
Gotcha.
I'm just doing my time. But since I'm there in that area all day, I told them I was like, if I'm going to be here 24/7 for the next 3 days, it just makes sense to do so much more, you know because I'm not. It's not like I'm going to be going home or whatever. Or what's the schedule like today? And no, I'm going to be here 24/7 to do my 40 hours. You know, so I think I'll do more than 40 hours. You know what I mean? It's definitely possible. So they came back at fucking. They came back at 75, and I said, all right. Oh,
Mhm.
and 75 not as a contract, not as a full time tech. And I said, all right, that's fine. So I'll do the 75, which is a $15 bump from where I was originally with them before. I was at 60.
Really?
So it's a $15 bump from where I was before. And that's it. So I guess I'm going back. I'm I'm being sent to Colombia. I don't know if I told you the last time. We started negotiating about it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm being sent to a school. I'm going to go
I
teach a
remember you were
class.
going to school to teach there.
Yeah.
Just hadn't figured
Listen,
out
I
the
swear to God. Oh
particulars.
my God. Listen to this, dude. You're gonna listen. I know in my craziness that I talk about, and even sometimes, like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Listen, I speak things, and a lot of shit happens. Dude. I don't know how. All right. And like I was telling Nelson the other day, I was like, listen, I'm a fucking wizard, dude. I swear to God. Money flows through me. I'm broke, but I live like a fucking king, dude. Money flows through me. It's fucking beautiful. And then at the same, and then fucking, and then now this thing. So listen to this. I said I wanted to go speak to this school. I drove by it. Remember, I told you I need to, right? Uh,
Last week.
they called.
And you knew they would though.
They
But yeah.
no, they called for some other reason. So they called because AAMT, which is the school that we partnered up with Andy and that we've been flying around with, they need an instructor to teach a fucking Phenom 300 course. And so these guys goes, hey, this guy's this aviator school. Let's see if he can go. And then because Andy already and all these guys fucking called me saying, hey, do you know anybody or can you go? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually certified on that airplane by factory, and I would love to go teach this class. Let's work out the details. You know, so they're sending me. So the fucking school called me asking for a quote, right? And then I said, listen, I'm so sorry. I think you're dealing with AAMT, aren't you? And they're like, how do you know? And I'm like, it's really easy. They're my partners. Oh, is there any way that you can just work this out ourselves and not involve the third party? And I'm like, he's telling me the numbers, dude, right? So he's telling me that, they're paying $23,000 for this course, you know?
Really?
Yeah. And he's telling me they're paying $23,000 for it's like $5,000 a person, right? So they're paying $5,000 per person to take this course. It's 5 people. He wants the instructors. He goes, uh, and on top of that, they're charging me $1,000 a day. I'm like, yeah, that's my vig, right? That's my money. He goes, can we just like settle between you and me for like 23? And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. You know what I mean?
Did undercut the partner.
I can't do that. I can't do that. Now, here's the beautiful part though. Being that they came from the outside, of course, I'm going to honor everything, right? But once they're in and I can go there, I can tell them next time, just log into my fucking school,
Mm.
sign up for the yearly, and it's free.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So there you go. So it's like I can help them save money in the future,
All right.
but and it's not that much. Like, see, they're paying. Oh, they lowered it. They lowered it down to 4,100 per person. No, $4,050, which is funny because that's the base price. They're selling the courses to me for 39.60.
Really?
Yeah, so they're not really making much money on this deal.
That's badass.
But out, they're paying me 8 grand to go out there 8 days, 1,000 miles a day, plus all expenses. So I'll be flying my mom out from Bogota. Oh, I'm flying to Medellin. I was going to go to Bogota. So now they're flying me out to Medellin. They're flying me out with Dolly. I'm paying for my daughter's uh, flight. Remember, today's her birthday. So I told her to take a trip. So she's going to go out there. And now we're going to spend 8 days on somebody else's dime in beautiful Medellin. And I will be working because I'll
Mm.
be giving a class for 8 hours a day, for the next 6 days, because I have 2 travel days. But so for 6 days, we'll make about 10 grand.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not bad.
Yeah, well, that's
It's
cool.
not bad. Yeah. So I told Dolly, I was like, shit like this comes is going to start happening quite often. We need if we do something, we got to find a place that's going to be okay with me leaving all the time. So I need a place that's close to home with Gabby, close to home here, close. I don't know if we're going to stay here or not. We can definitely afford to stay now. With that other job, but it's still open. It's more of a job, but it's still open. You know what I mean? It's still it is what it is.
Okay.
But it's got an end date though. That's the thing that I love about it, and I love that part. It's like fucking doing time. Remember we talked about this. I'm just
Yeah,
doing. I'm just fucking. So I'm just gonna go
that's
because I
there's
actually I
always
have an expiration date.
an end date. You get to pick what it is. Like, you're not locked into any job for an extended period of time, any longer than you want to. So yeah, that shit's fucking one of those. I don't know how to put it. I say it's an opportunity or a relationship of convenience. Is how I look at all jobs. Is when it ceases to be inconvenient for either party, it ends, whether it's you or your employer. So I that's what I told that shit to my boss when I was just like, this is starting to become really inconvenient. And he was just like, huh, never heard anybody put it like that. It was like you guys changing the terms, changing the position. Like, this is I took the job because it was convenient. It's like it's not there anymore. He was like, oh, just give it a little time. I was like, it's pretty convenient now. But it fucking was not for that fucking
I
with me.
know. I know but you still count with that one, and they made it worthwhile.
Well, I mean, that's again, I just straight up told him, I was like, dude, he's like, you don't sound very happy about it. No, I'm not happy about it. I'm not gonna fucking pretend to be. Like, that's the thing with it becomes inconvenient. Daniel's gonna find out a fucking job. So the only reason why I'm still here is because the other one that I actually was gonna take has been dragging their feet about fucking actually put me over there. I'd have, if they had called me back the day that I went down there and I talked to them and all that
You'd
shit,
have
I'd
been
have fucking
gone,
left. Oh yeah. Oh
gone.
yeah, I've been taking drone footage of fucking big ass trucks getting flipped over. Yeah, that would have been what I was doing. Yeah, I was gonna go back to driving a wrecker, and I was like, hey, I want to help you guys build your social media. So I actually was pitching them on something else because I was like, I'm not just gonna go over here and take this step. Well, I say backwards, but it's not really backwards
Can you
because
imagine fucking Daniel's production company, dude?
yeah, and I've thought about it. There's a lot of shit going on.
God bless you, my friend.
There's too many
Yeah,
variables right now. I have to stay focused on the one, but there's
I
just
know. I know. God bless. That's awesome.
the all of it. Everything that I've been working on over the past 2.5 years has like grown into this new skill set. So it's yeah, because I think was that Monday that I went out there and delivered the website.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you had just wrapped it up on Sunday.
Yeah, so I delivered that on Monday and was showing him everything, and I was like, "So, is there anything that you like want to change that you want me to do better or anything like that?" He's like, "Nah, man. It's like it's fucking good." It's like, all right, there is one picture that I need to change. I forgot about that. I'm gonna do that today before I get out of here. But I turned around and we started talking about what he had, and finally he's like, man, he's like, I don't want to miss an opportunity here. I was like, well, that's what I was trying to explain to you when you asked me to do this for you. It is like that's a massive opportunity because you already have the viewership that he has on TikTok is fucking stupid. It's like 500,000 views on like 4 different videos, and everything's just growing and growing and growing. So And like, why not utilize your social media? Like, people like trucks. So let's go ahead and integrate all that stuff. So I sold him on the Meta integration. I'm gonna do his Google integration, so Pixel. Um, and once he gets everything set up, all the paperwork from the IRS, we'll do his TikTok shop. So I sold him on just that next phase of integrating everything together so they can actually use it to drive better traffic and drive more sales. So we got the bones of the framework done, and then I'm gonna go back and do that. And I mean, it's like $1,500 for me to do that. Like, not bad. So we'll execute on that, and then I'll give them the choice of either paying me monthly or your percentage. Uh, Pitch them on that. See if I can frame that one properly. I think just a monthly payment of like, I don't know, $300 or something like that, just for me to go in there and tweak shit for him, is more economical for them. Or you can pay me nothing now and you should give me a percentage of sales. And you already paid me. So, but that's one of the things that I'm kind of running into and doing that. I was talking to my buddy about it, and I was like, it's the guy that put me on Shopify to begin with. So I was talking to him about it, and it's just like, I don't want to break my focus away from my own shit and start focusing on somebody else's stuff and integrating everything. Like I do that, but then like you start getting into optimization, like that shit. Like I literally, the amount of time that I've spent on a computer going page by page and fucking tweaking shit and getting it just right is like I can't even fucking quantify how much time I've fucking spent doing that shit. So not doing that for somebody else at this point. And the AI does a lot of it though, so that's the other side of it. And it's like it's me typing in a prompt and training the AI to evaluate and execute on certain shit. And like now my Shopify store, like I'll put a product up there and I'll like run the protocol and that bitch will go through it and spit everything down. And then it'll just like, yeah, your copy's strong. Change this. Your there's some broken fragments in this, and it'll fix everything, get it aligned so it's optimized for mobile, and do all of it. And it'll fix all the tags. Everything's fucked up. It'll even create the mockup that I want to use, like that's on brand with my brand. Like it does it all, but it just took me a lot of training it to get to do that. So, and it's like use like,
Sounds like a $10,000 course.
does it really? Because there, I got it all the information for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
So,
doing it by a sweat equity.
uh, now some of the yeah, a lot of it's equity, but the framework came from one other uh, husband and wife YouTuber. I sent you that freaking video from her when she was talking
Yes,
about how she,
I saw that one. Yep.
yeah.
With the t-shirts. Is that from them?
So that husband and wife right there, freaking, they have a very good, ridiculous, I think what 31-hour course that they put out for free.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they have their school community that's free. And then they have at the accelerator. Uh, it's I think it when I first got with them, it was like $140 a month. And now they bumped it all the way up to $200 a month. And it's like, yeah, it's like I'll look at that when I become profitable. And now it's just like, all right. I'm just like, is that what's the barrier between you being profitable and not? Is going through their shit and do it again. I don't know. Probably about to fucking break the store again and see if I can get the conversion rate over 3% because it was 3% on one ad set that I was running, and then that ad set fatigued, and so I switched it to another the Fourth of July shit. So like it's all the patriotic gear right now, and it's getting clicks, but it costs too much. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, and it's pissing me the fuck off, and I have to figure that out. So And I had to upload the other like 100 fucking t-shirts that I made. Oh, probably 140 because I only made 10 since last time we talked. So there'll be over 300 t-shirts on that website by the time I get done, and that's before I start creating the next batch. So it's just, I was like,
It's
yeah, I guess I
badass.
didn't shit. It's like, then I fucking look at it. It's like, oh, it's like 240 shirts that have already been created. I've pulled some of them down because they're seasonal and stuff like that. Like, all right, so now the next batch is like shirts for days, and it was like, for every fucking shirt that I make, there's seven. Like, there's probably 7 colors, 4 to 7 colors. So that's 4 to 7 different ad creatives that are getting made and put together, and the mock-ups and all that other stuff. So it's just time. And so I'm gonna get that bitch to. Uh, they just did $1.3 million in 1 month. I was like, that's just fucking possible. I was thinking like $100,000 a month. Cool. 10. Yeah, yeah. So
And she 1.3 in a month, dude. Oh,
yeah,
God bless.
1.3. They had $100,000 days. And I was just like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, it's just like, let's go ahead and just make it happen. Like, that's literally just trying to just fucking make it happen. So I don't
That's
know.
fucking awesome.
I do not know. I don't know. I haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna pull the trigger on some other changes and see if it will do that. Because I switched it from best practices that they had because it wasn't converting at all. And I was like, this is a fucking issue. And now, yeah, I think I made that switch back when I was still paying for Google ads. And it wasn't the website, it was the fucking traffic coming from Google was just trash. So now it's like, all right, do you go back through all of your products and change all of the fucking mock-ups and the layout of the website that's optimized and doing well, but you switch it back over to a different format that's more geared towards Meta and Instagram, and that's literally where all my sales come from. I think I get like maybe 1 or 2 sales from Google a month, and everything else comes from fucking social media.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to aim it at that and figure out if that'll actually work better. So, and yeah, it's just a lot. So I told my wife I was gonna lock myself in the office today and not come out and just work because I need a good solid just grind session to be able to get through all the mock-ups and uploads. Uh, Probably not gonna do that today. I've got to I help somebody get their trim cylinder out on their boat, and they want us to come fishing, boat riding. So I'll probably do that. It'll be the third person to take me out on a boat in 3 weeks. So
It's good to have fun with boats.
yeah, yeah. And of course, her father-in-law was the other one. Went out the first week. He's like, this is your boat. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, but still, it's yours. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, when it's yours, he's like, you gotta do this, this, and this. It's like, well, you act like that shit's happening tomorrow. Like, so I ain't got nowhere to park that motherfucker. And in the front yard, there's another one on the side of the house, and my wife's car's in the garage. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Code enforcement's gonna love me. So yeah, gym's going good too.
The what?
The gym, fucking, I'm back to like
Two
full.
pound. I saw that you started with 2 pound weight. Did you?
Yeah, yeah. That was AI telling me what to talk about. It ran through my Instagram, or not my Instagram, my YouTube page. Because I asked it to do an evaluation. And it was like, yeah, nobody watches your fucking content. I was like, yeah, that's why I'm talking to you, you fucking dick. Um, it's like you should focus on short form. It's, it's like your long form just goes into the abyss. Essentially, is what it was saying. It's like, well, YouTube doesn't give a fuck about you. Because it's like the Apple Podcast went over 1,000 views.
Nice.
Yeah, remember it took like what 2 years for it to go over 500, and then it went over 1,000 views in like 2 months.
No,
So I was like, I really need to start getting stuff uploaded back to Apple. And let's ask Claude about it. And he was like, yeah, no, you need to focus on short form on YouTube. And he was like, here's your protocol. Post 7 days a week, and then I didn't post yesterday. Um, oh well, I posted on what's it called on Meta, but I didn't post on YouTube yesterday because it wasn't a motivational thing. Um, I did, it was a kids. I took the kids to the park yesterday, and so I just posted that. Wanted to tag Big Brothers and get some people thinking about actually being bigs. Making that impact on the I guess I could put that on YouTube too. Making that impact on the lives of those little people. As if you look at if you look at the October photo from the not the second year, the first year when we got the kids, they had a trunk or treat, and my little looks like a little fucking version of Daniel, just not smiling, angry at the world, no joy in his eyes whatsoever. Like looked like me when I was a teenager, and he's a freaking what 11, 10. No, he just turned 11, and now like we take him out yesterday, and he's got a fucking big ass smile on his face. He's happy to see us. Freaking teach him how to catch, like just simple shit, how to interact. He's freaking becoming a little young man that seems like he's enjoying his life now, opposed to where he was at before. And it's something as simple as having a positive male role model in his life that actually shows up when he says he's going to show up. That's it. So, like, the he still remembers this. I when we were doing the kitchen, and I dropped the fucking countertop on my foot, and dude, I could fucking barely walk. And I showed up and picked him up and took him to the park. He's like, "Dude, are you all right?" I was like, "Yeah." And Alicia was like, "Yeah, we think he broke his foot." And he's like, "Why are you here?" I was like, "Because I said I'd be." And freaking something so simple is fucking huge. So yeah, so, face leaking a little bit. Had a little quiver in my voice, so but like it definitely some emotional shit. So, yeah,
yeah,
like
that's definitely fucking badass, dude.
it was good. So it definitely isn't for me. I didn't do it to make myself feel good, but it does. It is a very good feeling
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, yeah. You don't help anybody for how it makes. I need to feel better. Let me go help somebody. No, it doesn't work that way. I swear to God, it doesn't work that way. You know, but I promise you, if when you realize how much of a help you are to somebody, oh,
Yeah, like it's a freaking I went over there and got that pin out of that trim cylinder,
yeah,
and I was like, it's gonna need some encouragement. He's like, dude, it's not moving. All right, well, I'll come down there when I get off work. And so I went down there with the wife, and I broke a hammer.
a lot of encouragement. A
Yeah,
lot of encouragement, dude.
freaking just like beating on the freaking pin, and I was like, I could feel it. I was like, I'm gonna break something. I don't know what it is yet. I figured it was gonna be the punch that I was using because I didn't bring a punch. I thought he had tools, and I had a breaker bar, and so I used the breaker bar as a punch, and I'm just freaking just sending it, and the bottom of the breaker bar is flared out now, and that's not the end I was hitting. By the way, I was hitting the fucking head and freaking just being on the breaker bar didn't break though. I'm impressed that that Harbor Freight breaker bar took me beating on it hard enough to break the
Wait,
head of.
is it Icon? Harbor Freight Icon?
I don't remember which one it is.
Because if it's
It's the
Icon,
best one they had.
it's Icon. If it's Icon, it's Snap-on.
Oh, really? That's why it didn't break. Okay, gotcha. So
It's the
yeah,
same Chinese company that makes a Snap-on is the Icon. Same company.
so I hit the freaking head, and the freaking head of the hammer snapped off, and I was like, oh, picked up another hammer, the fiberglass handle, claw hammer, again. So I have to go buy a new ball peen hammer. Um, so I'll buy a ball peen hammer and a mini sledge next time I go to a store. I'll probably go to a hardware store and get one that has a the fiberglass shaft.
Mm-hmm.
No, it shouldn't. That shouldn't snap off. I don't think. But he's like, dude, you didn't even miss a beat. I was like, I break tools. Like it is just one of those things that I expected to happen. Um, but you should have seen his face when that pin came out. Uh, yeah, I was like a little fucking kid. He'd been out there for 2 days fucking with it. So it's like,
Wow. I'm
yeah,
over here picturing, you hit, and I'm remembering a job that we did. Same thing. I can just, and then finally when you hear it go, dunk. Oh.
no, he was happy. Um,
Yeah.
no, there's like we can hear you hitting it in the back of the house. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Uh, eh, uh, the the privilege of helping others was is fucking the point of that exhaustive story on me breaking tools because it is a very very good feeling to do so, and it is a privilege for all the selfish people. Like, ah, I'm not doing nothing for nobody. That's why your life looks the way it does. You miserable fucking cunt.
So
Uh,
I've learned that in order for life to manifest success in your life, in any type of success, financially, family, life, and just success in life itself, you need not only do you need to have people a lot of people know who you are. The more people know who you are helps. Know who you are, not that you know. That helps too, right? But the more people know who you are, the more when you go to meet them, they're more receptive. But here's the best part: the more people you help without intention, without, it's what's the thing? I've noticed people. Tony Robbins is my best example. That gentleman, all he thinks about is how can I provide a service for the many? How can I give my information to the many? That's all he ever does. Hey, I realize and I truly believe this, and I want to tell fucking everybody. And he gives and tells everybody, hey, what happens? It helps. So
he's a
they go tell somebody, hey, Tony Robbins helped me. Hey, Tony Robbins helped me. So the more Tony Robbins helped me, that's a dollar sign, dude. So if you go around this helping, doing good. So here's the best thing. Now, it's not about um, it's not about you being Tony Robbins. It's not about you being fucking Trump or you being fucking anybody. Because you have to be yourself. But it is all about how I go back and go back and say you got to be the best version of you. What are your cards? You know, whatever, so forth. But once again, the more people I help, the more life grants favor. It really does. The more people know who I am, the more every time I knock on the door, they're like, "Oh yeah, Ness, come on in." I'm noticing that. The more my face gets out there, the more life, the more free videos I fucking put out. I'm noticing that it's just retarded. Listen, dude, that's why I say money flows through me incredibly. You know, I may not be liquid. You know, it's fucking retarded. I told her, I was like, how much money have we made this year? You know, and she did the numbers and and I'm like, how? She goes, I don't know, but we don't have, but we're broke. I'm like, see,
Wow, life is expensive. Whatever.
right? And
It just is.
I'm like, how the fuck? But then again, how many trips have we done this year? How
Yeah.
many of this? How many fucking adventures have we been on? Right? And I'm thinking, I'm like, I am blessed beyond measure. So now it just becomes more of the, once again, Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret, right? It's, it literally is. I became so delusional in my delusion that it's starting to catch up.
Mm.
It really is. And throughout this whole time of you and we've been doing this now for 2.5 years or 2 years.
Just rolling right up on 2 years.
Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, August.
Yeah, rolling right up to that bitch. Oh.
Wow, dude. And everything started with a simple, you want to change your life? Just start talking about it.
Mm. Yeah, that's a uh, I looked up the definition of an evangelist because I didn't realize that it was just only focused on the Christian faith. However, Tony Robbins is an evangelist of what he believes in. The feeding your futures, the saving money for the future. Like the guy's providing like 1 billion freaking meals all over the planet. It's freaking crazy. So that dude literally it says it's a Christian preacher and missionary dedicated to proclaiming the gospel, the good news of salvation of Jesus Christ. Like that's how he operates. He's an evangelist for what he fucking believes in. He's out there talking about it 100% to anybody that'll ever fucking listen.
Yep.
And no, that's just that's who he is. And it's crazy because I never knew who he was. You think about the environment you grow up in and the shit that fucking keeps people caged is the shit that they choose to direct their attention to instead of seeking out the rest. We were watching Wakanda Forever last night while I was putting together my wife's new desk, and freaking the Jabari were talking about the guy that they're fighting, and they said the his people call him this. And he's like, "Do you know what that means? It is the serpent god." And they looked at him. He's like, "What? You think just because we live in a cave that we don't have access to books?" I was like, Shh, "Boy, if you don't fucking get something from that one little sentence right there, like you got it. There's so much information out there in education, and we choose. I chose throughout my youth to be focused on bullshit. Everybody's telling you need to listen, you need to school to be indoctrinated, but you still fucking learn if you want to. That's why your daughter's so fucking she wanted to learn. Like she fucking brilliant, right? So yeah, my sister brilliant, my wife brilliant. Daniel run the streets. Black people do that shit. No, I mean that's the fucking that's That's literally, it was like, yeah, you're not, that's what the black kids did. So, well, most of them. So, until we break that broken mentality in our society, we're still gonna have the same fucking problems all the time. You got to get people to children to want to educate themselves to be better and figure out there's more than the indoctrination of the fucking education system that's out there. You can fucking do literally anything you ever want to if you just want to fucking learn how to do it and apply it. Not
You
just read about it, but go execute on it. So,
That's correct. People actually tend to limit themselves or blame others or lack of for their own lacking of. You
no.
know? So there's like, oh, it's becoming my environment. It's because of my parents. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's when they realize, no, dude, it's because you haven't done anything. You have the power to change. I said, and what's funny is that most of the time, you don't realize it until you have to. And I, I, I'm fuck, dude. I want to say it like this. Maybe this whole transitioning period was that whole midlife crisis thing because even I'm going through even my wife and everything, and I'm watching her go through her changes in her life and everything, and I'm like, fuck, dude, it really is. You know, I go back and think about our parents, in at our age, what kind of period, what kind of remembrance, what memories do I have, or or does she have as far as her parents are concerned, or at our age, or what could I remember about them at our age? Um, because fortunately we were around already then, and I was like, you know what? We all go through this. I think this is part of that whole midlife crisis when you realize that you've been indoctrinated into a fucking system. And fortunately, our kids are realizing this too. And they're seeing it younger. Maybe this is what's happening with the world is fucking waking up and realizing, hey, this system isn't fucking working, because it really is a new enslavement of the mind. We it's I understand now how the full manipulation is not controlling the person. No, dude, the prison is up here. They get you up here,
They
dude.
get you when you're young too.
Yeah, they get you up here, dude.
Get you, that's what the purpose of it is. They get you.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's crazy, and here we are. We grew up with a lot of this Saturday morning cartoons and the sugary cereals, and we grew up a certain ways, but it wasn't as bad.
Mhm.
You look at the way that they're doing to society and itself and what's going on. And I was like, wait, okay, so enslavement is definitely there. Fucking you don't have the uh what was it? The anything that has to do with fear. I've noticed that one too. Everything
Mhm.
that has to do that is fear-based driven is all part of the matrix. Don't
Mhm.
do this because of this.
Mhm.
Everything that has, yeah, don't, yeah, hey, you're gonna get smacked. Well, why? Because people just stop asking why. I've learned that sometimes you can get a good smacking and it's okay. You
Mhm.
know, it's okay.
Makes you a little tougher.
It's okay. Yeah.
So, like, once you realize that it's not gonna fucking hurt you, I think that's what it is really when the change starts to happen. It does. It's like it's like, oh yeah, you don't like that? Yeah, me neither, motherfucker. Okay, yeah. Oh, you really didn't like that. So, but that's you know, society changed when people started being afraid to get punched in the fucking mouth. Is what it is.
Oh, yes.
You think about that for a second. People used to get smacked for talking shit. If you ran your mouth to the wrong dude, you'd fucking you'd learn the lesson, right? That doesn't happen anymore. And there's no guardrails. People run around and doing whatever the fuck they want and will cry victim when there's some consequences. Like this fucking kid. This shit's been all so I saw this pop up in my feed on YouTube and it was the murder trial of Carmelo Anthony. And I was like, what? I was
Who?
like, Carmelo Anthony. And so I was thinking it was the basketball player, but I was like, well, it's spelled wrong for that. So, all right, that dude didn't kill anybody. And it was a high school student that stabbed another high school student in the fucking heart because he pushed him. And it has gotten just, I mean, he got convicted of murder, first degree murder. And now it's turned into this race fucking bullshit where certain sectors of the black community have decided that they're going to burn shit down and fucking all this other shit. And I was like, I was talking to my wife about it, and I was just like, it's like the kid took somebody's life. Like we all did a lot of dumb shit. It was like thank God that I never took anybody's life for the fucking stupid shit that I was into. But there's a consequence when you do fucking shit like that, and everybody that's doing shit like that knows that.
And thank God you didn't take somebody's life on purpose or accidentally, because
Right.
I almost accidentally, dude. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ooh.
Like that's so they're like, oh, he got this sentencing because he's black, like 35 years. It's because he's black, this and that. I was like, there's a white dude in the fucking same state that stabbed somebody that's doing the same fucking time. Like, it's not a black or white thing. It's the fact that that young man took away somebody's future. He took away a brother, he took away a son, and there's consequence for it. Whether it's black, white, or different, doesn't fucking matter. And I don't know how something like that can even get turned into some race card. And it's just division being pushed out, like, essentially, is and getting people to lose their fucking mind over something that is common sense. It is insane to me. But this is what happens when you have a certain culture that is pushed for young men to believe in and adopt because the street life is this fucking glamorized part of I don't even know a better word for it, nigga community. Like this is nigga bullshit. And like this, I thought gangbanging was the coolest shit on the planet when I was a kid. It was like, but that's the ignorance of being a child and not understanding that you know being tough is not being violent. Like being educated is a really really good thing, and you like there's so much more to life than running around fucking cool cars, getting high, selling dope. Like there's just so fucking much more to it, and you don't see that as your brain isn't fully developed. Like it's dumb. I don't know any better way to help change that than actually being involved in the mentoring of children. So like I was really like this shit. I was thinking about this. We had my nephew over on Friday, and he spent the night, and then we had the boys with him on Saturday morning. Or that's literally like the only thing that I could think about is setting a good example and showing them what like young men need to be. Because and I remember I talked to my nephew about that. You need to figure out what kind of man you want to be when you grow up. And he's like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I was like, yeah, no, that's cool. I was like, but not what you do. And I think that's where a lot of it's lost. It was like nobody ever puts any thought into what kind of man they want to be when they're a child. And it was like if you have that goal, that direction, that destination in mind, then what's the probability that you're going to be that kind of human being when you grow up if that is what your fucking focus is?
God,
It's
I
pretty
love you,
fu-
dude.
It's like it's
Oh
pretty
my
fucking
God, dude, you fucking hit the nail on the head. It's everybody asks everybody, like, what are you gonna be when you grow up? I want to be a fireman. No, bitch, I want to be a good person. Fuck, dude. God, you're
it's
so
not what you
right.
do for a fucking living, it's who you are.
Yes, you're so right, dude. You're so right. And that's really not taught. And fucking, fortunately, my kids are grown, and I don't know how they became they're good kids. I was blessed with them. But you're right, dude. I mean, teaching them, just basic fucking values, just basic honorable values, not entitlements, not but also at the same time understanding them, giving them the understanding that it's not entitlement, it is earned, there is sacrifice, there is a fuck ton of reward. There's a fuck ton of reward for the amount of sacrifice that we do, even though sometimes it's like that much, but
Mm.
it's really that much.
Mm.
So, well, as a matter of fact, so let me give you an insight of my fucking. So, the book that I'm writing for Gabby, it talks about the 80-20 rule, right?
Mhm.
So, in my 80-20 rule, it's like, listen, what's the basic rule of fucking sales? That 80% of your income comes from 20% of your fucking your people. That's pretty much what it comes. It is what it is, right? I've noticed and I've lived it now for the last whatever fucking years because I've seen it now that I've tracked it. Now that I have a trade, like I can see it. There's a pattern around it. In the last 5-6 years. I can see it that um I don't want to lose it. Nest. I just had it. My fucking pattern is that ay Dios mío. How did I just lose it?
That happens. You talk
No,
the
it
eighty
was.
twenty rule, really?
Thank you. So my 80-20 rule. So see, with my what I've noticed is I make 80% of my money 20% of the time.
Right.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
when I said that, and I'm like, holy shit. So I should not, and I completely stopped because I see it with my wife, and now I'm helping her proceed with that too. Not telling her what to do or what to think or whatever it is, but I'm helping her notice that during the 80% is when we only make 20% of the money. And 80% of the fucking time is ours. Let's live it, enjoy it. We're going to be at the beach. When Jim Rohn said it the best, when you're at the beach, be at the beach. When you're at work, be at work. Dude, I promise you, when you realize that your body, that somehow, I don't know how it happens, and I know I'm fucking crazy, right? But I do know that the body alone, just shut the fuck up, sit back and enjoy the fucking show. The body will do what the body needs to do. I swear to God, I've learned that there are limits that in the basic programming, just sit back and enjoy the show. Because if you're at the beach, enjoy that fucking day at the beach. Don't start thinking about because only in your fucking head, oh, dude, I need to be doing this. I need to make money. I got to do this. I got to pay that bill. I got to do that. How? It's only here. I'm not enjoying my present fucking moment, my day, or whatever it is. I'm not enjoying that. I'm focusing on, oh my God, what's going on? When it doesn't fucking exist. It only exists in my fucking mind. When I realized that, I said, holy shit, dude, I've been on a 2 year fucking vacation, dude. I've been on a and then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, wait a moment. So the monies that comes in is just enough to sustain. It's just, you know what I mean? So then I'm like, cool. So I will go to work. That, and it just happens. It just happens. So now that there's a certain influx of period, so now I understand time in itself, how things oven, how you bake a cake in the oven. Remember we talk about that you fucking everything has a specific period of time. Everything takes time. In order for it to materialistic exist on Earth, it needs time to gestate. Whether it's a fucking life, whether it's a cake, whether it's a tree, whether it's anything to create a business, it takes time. Everything takes a process. Everything takes a thing. So I'm like, you know what, dude? I completely understood that aspect of like, wait a moment. That's fucking badass, dude. I've learned to really chill. She goes, how the fuck are you just sleeping and not worried about? Because I know in, listen, beyond any shadow of a doubt, excuse me, no religion based anything. God created me. God created this life. There's no chance in hell that I am going to hurt myself that is not already planned. There is an infinite number of fucking dimensions in life that nesters could appear, that I could choose. I could choose left, I could choose right, I could choose whatever the fuck it was. There's an infinite number of fucking possibilities in this world. Today, it's this one. Great. And I heard a thing on, I think that one helped click. I don't remember the movie, don't even ask me, but I heard a phrase, not in this lifetime. I heard that in a phrase in a movie one time, and not in this lifetime, and it fucking clicked. There's shit that you are capable of doing that you will never do in this lifetime. There is shit that you will never do, excuse me, that you thought you would never do in this lifetime, but you will do. Holy shit.
You know what else I watched last night?
Yes.
Multiverse of Badness. That's why I was just sitting
Uh,
there fucking laughing. I was like,
well, I mean, listen, dude. I've I know my matrix. I know what the matrix is.
yeah,
I see it. I understand it. I understand when I say now that okay, I was talking to my niece the other day, and and she doesn't understand it just yet. Her husband does understand it a lot more, but she doesn't understand it just yet. But he's still very green to this whole thing because he understands the concept of time better than she does. But anyway, so we were just here talking, and she goes, "No, deal. It has got everything to do with we're talking about life and values and your path of life. Everything is wrong, and you have to do things right." And I'm like, baby, you could do everything right, but you're not everybody's cup of tea. It could be right for you,
no,
you know. It's just that to others, it depends. There's so much in this world, and we understand the gray area that we live in, right? So every day is a great A, right? So I could go left and take 20 steps. I could go left and take only 10 steps. I could go right and take 5 steps. Depending whatever fucking steps the body goes, that's the direction that we're headed to. We have a perception of choice, and we have a perception of that's the beautiful part, is that we have a perception of free will.
yeah. I mean, there's a free will to a certain extent for whatever little circle, bubble, box you put yourself into, or for sure. But it doesn't extend outside of that. All right. You have free will to fuck up your life pretty good. Like, yeah, no, that's a
But
kid that
here,
stabbed somebody in the chest. Yeah, fucking right there.
and that's when I noticed at the same time, if, for example, the kid, let's use a scenario, Nestor. I think we talked about it when I got my fucking speeding ticket, right? I had to be that guy. I became the example. So learning to know when you fuck up, learning when life hits you and goes, you're an idiot, right?
Oh,
Just understand, oh, that's life making me the example. So you
all
see what I'm
right.
saying? So unfortunately for him, his life, he is the example for us of what not to do.
Yeah. Like even fucking when I got pulled over, like I had the kids in the car, but last time that I got pulled over and got the ticket, and however much you want to like, well, this is bullshit, blah blah blah. Like at a certain point, you just have to show them the point of being an adult. And like, yeah, no, I fucked up. I apologize. Like, should she have given me a ticket? No, she shouldn't have. But did she? Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. And you think about how many ways that can go wrong so quickly. I watch so many of these freaking police videos, body cam footage of these fucking jackasses, and like they're you're not giving me a ticket. Ball it up, throw it on the ground. All right, you're littering now. Pick it up. Ah, fuck you. I'm not doing shit. You call your supervisor, and then like, get your hands off of me. You're being detained. No, I'm not being detained. You can't do this. I want it. Like, all right. So how how bad can you make something so simple go wrong because of your ego and arrogance in the fucking situation? Like, yeah, you're not in control. Hey, yeah, you fucked up. The person with the authority just fucking made you stop your day to talk to you, and you haven't figured out that you're not in control in that scenario. Well, your free will allows you to fucking yes sir no sir be a fucking dipshit and go to jail. Like it just like how wrong can you make something go? Yeah, that's fucking free will.
It's just being the example of, but yes, unfortunately, I have the perfect scenario. Everything you just said happened to us. We saw it the other day. Um,
Really?
a young lady, we were at a doctor appointment with my wife, and a couple months back, but it's the exact scenario. We were at a
Mm.
doctor appointment, whatever, blah blah blah, and a young lady, and she all of a sudden started screaming, "What are you doing? Get off of me! Don't touch me! Well, what the heck? I'm calling the police!" What the fuck? And everybody on the outside, because this has happened on the inside of the door of the doctor's office, dude. And we're
Mm.
like, what the fuck, dude? We're all in the waiting area going, I think it's your turn. It's like, I'm not going, what's going on? Dude, police are called, paramedics are called, blah, blah, blah. Ladies on the phone, you can hear her calling 911. Oh my God. What had happened? Young lady was probably taking pictures of something that she shouldn't have, or had her phone in an appearance of taking pictures of something. Staff had vocally said, "Hey, whatever, blah blah blah." She didn't give it because she had an attitude to begin with, so probably whatever.
Yeah, I do what I want. Yeah.
And yeah, and then staff reached over and physically said, "Please, you know,
Uh,
put their hands on." Right, so that's it. So unfortunately, that's the assault. Right, they put their hands on. Please stop. Like covered the phone, like if they
that's
were
not
taking a
assault.
picture. You see what I'm saying? They covered the phone or something like that. They touched her or whatever. And then next thing you know, the other one, oh my gosh, she assaulted me. She fucking called 911. What the fuck are
Yeah.
you doing, dude? I don't need to say anything else, But unfortunately for everybody that was, and by the way, this is a minority. Yes, I'm going to say it like that. This is majority is minority racist in this
Mm.
clinic, right? There's very few white people.
Mm.
So, I don't know. It just, unfortunately, for some, the hood stays. But
What ethnicity was the person being a fucking jackass?
she was black, Haitian,
Haitian. Okay.
Haitian.
Uh, there was I was listening to, gosh, my social media feed is fucking is vicious. It was I don't remember who it was, but it was talking about how a lot of people will call their women queens. Like, that's my queen right there. And it's like it's a very I don't know, certain races do it more than others. And it's like, you guys are running around. You wonder why it's fucked up. It was like I never dated black women because the ones that I grew up with were hood as fuck, and I was just like, yeah, no, that's just not attractive to me. And I always dated white girls, like always. And he was talking about you guys are supposed to act like queens. He's like, you want to be called a queen, then you need to fucking act like it. That this ratchet hood shit that you guys fucking glamorize is not it. It's just not. And it's like there's if there's a dude out there looking for the ratchet hood chick, then the fucking those are the ones you see on the news. Like there's a video of the dude fucking smacking the shit out of his fucking girlfriend, and she's like flying across the room. And he's like, he'd been arrested like 33 times or some shit like that for fucking domestic violence, robbery, fucking drugs, all this other shit. Like, that's who's looking for you. When you want to run around acting the fucking ratchet hood, you're looking for the fucking, 7-time fucking felon. Like, that's like, why can't I find good man? Because you don't fucking act like a good woman. You ever think about that? No, nobody will say that shit. I will. Like, hood rats
It's
don't make great housewives. Just saying. Oh man, I don't know. The comments might be pretty wild on these last 2 episodes.
I love him. Listen, it's just I've learned so much about me, about my in the last 5 years, about how I used to think or how I used to uh, speak to my wife or how I wanted to be spoken to. How about that? And there is something that my wife has been teaching me now for almost 30 years of our us being together that all of a sudden kind of clicked. And that's called um, limits, right?
Hmm.
So uh, she says she calls them limits. It's how, at what part does somebody reaching into your personal space are you comfortable with? You know what I mean? It's like you have limits, certain limits, and I had none. I didn't have, and so then I realized, wait a moment, that goes with standards too, because how can you when you have no limits? I'm like, I was like, wait, I started realizing that I was like, wait a minute, if I have no limits, then I'm like, no, that's not right. I need to have certain standards, so certain
You have
limits.
to.
You have
There's no
to.
way around it.
Yeah, she's been teaching me that, and it took a very long time to fucking understand it. And then that's when I was like, you know what? Because when you're used to, here's the thing, we're made to physically, we can push so much more, but we have this comfort zone, right? So, like, look what David Goggins does, right? He breaks his body every chance he can because he breaks his mind. His mind is like
He-
that's it's just straight up. Oh, I'm dying. Fuck you. You're gonna keep going. That's just a straight thing. That's good for him. That's to each his own. I guess you could say it that way. But understand that if you are not breaking yourself in some way or another form, you are not growing. Your cocoon is fucking you. You're not constantly fucking grinding. You're not growing, dude. You're stagnant. And when you're stagnant, what happens with stagnant water? You get allergy, you get all this shit. And,
that
blah.
shit. Period.
So we're not made to be fucking still and it's like I just want to sit down and just sit on the porch and let the roots grow out of me. Oh, dude,
That's a lot of people's definition of fucking happiness is to just not do shit though, and that's just
that's
it's a
mentality.
broken mentality. That's really all it is. Like when I fucking crushing it this week, like just crushing it. I can't even wipe my fucking ass right now because I can't fucking turn all the way around. It's fucking ridiculous. Like I have to stretch before I go to the bathroom, and I'm pushing
That's
the
why I got a bidet.
yeah. I was like,
Uh,
fuck, I gotta stretch. Um, but it's like that's like my days, my weeks, my life are so much better. My mind is so much clearer. I create so much more when I am pushing past what where I was last week. Like I freaking crushed it in the gym yesterday. Like I was trying to drink my coffee and my hand was shaking when I was trying to lift the fucking cup because it was
Oh,
like I was
right.
just like I was like but that was and when I got home I went and took the dog for a fucking 2 mile walk. But this is the stuff that's like important to your mental growth, and it's not just physical. It's like what life's gonna kick you in the dick, like all my fellas out there, and if you don't have the mental capacity to fucking handle that shit, then there's an issue there. Now, when all this shit was going on with the health and fucking the job and all these all these different fires on all the different fronts of my life, and fucking I couldn't work out. My sister's like, "What are you doing to manage your stress right now?" And I was like, "I'm just working." She's like, "But you really need to." I was like, "Well, I can't drink, can't work out, can't do shit right now. So what do you want me to do?" She's like, "I don't know." I was like, that now, if I would have been the same individual that I was when I was, 22 years old, 23 years old, I would have been fucking falling apart, lashing out, angry, taking it out on my life. And I'm just, no, there's literally nothing I can do about this right now. What can I do? I can fucking work. Well, I'm gonna go back in this office. I'm gonna create some shit. I'm gonna sell it, and then I'm gonna go back to fucking work. And that's all. That's literally like, yeah, P dude.
Yeah. Can you
I was
tell?
like, I'm gonna get some more coffee. I was like, dude.
I gotta pee, dude. I gotta pee.
You look like a happy little kid walking out to your little spot, big ass fucking smile on your face. Like,
It's hard not to when look. Oh shit. I don't know if you can see that or not. I mean, it's just, I just showed up and I just they weren't here a minute ago. They just
yeah,
literally
it's
they
funny.
just came and go,
Oh yeah, because
hey,
they know who feeds them. Like,
daddy's here.
that's funny. Uh,
Daddy's here.
um, I was thinking about like the previous proceeding of this morning session. Freaking, it's literally how we're to save America is to fix the broken system with these children. You can't turn the ship without fucking getting it right down there at the foundation. Yeah, it might take fucking 10 years to actually see the effect of it change. Like you see it now a little bit.
20. Yeah, I could see why 20 years.
Yeah, it's like you'll start to see it slowly, uh, but the amount of people that are sucking the tit of entitlement and fucking government intervention on the mass scale, like you're not gonna fucking break that until you get the youth to actually want to pursue greatness instead of a, a meager existence of a socialist society.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing about when I was in school, like I remember I thought socialism sounded like the coolest thing on the fucking planet. And it's like, yeah, everybody just gets to exist and get fucking paid. Like, who doesn't want to do that? Like, yeah, that's awesome. And now it's like, it's the devil. I don't know. It's interesting that the mindset has shifted so fucking drastically over the
The
course of the.
problem is that human nature wants to scratch his fucking balls or its cunt. So human nature is what can you do for me? right? I don't know why. Maybe that's part of the fucking programming that takes so long because I noticed that it's the opposite. What can I do for you? Whenever I
Well,
present myself for somebody, like whenever somebody comes into my life, whenever somebody comes into the fucking picture, whenever somebody comes into my picture, I know I need to act up and be on my best game. Why do I have to look good? Why? Why do I want to look good? Because I want to make sure that I am presentable and at the best possible way for my fellow neighbor. But
that's a whole
unfortunately,
other fucking story right there.
you see what I'm saying? I need to be good. I need to be sharp. I need to be good so that when somebody comes into my picture and says, "Hey, Nest, I need you for a second," for whatever it may be, whether it be a conversation, whether it be as a husband and as a brother, as a worker, as a whatever it may be, whatever that character you're playing that day, just be that best fucking character. Other than that, dude, people have this mentality of, nah, man, I gotta go to job because I gotta get this job because I gotta pay these bills. Okay, let's flip it around. It's all in the mentality perspective, right? I mean, our life, it is what it is. We can call it whatever the fuck it is, but it's just let's think of it the other way. So let's think about the others. Instead of I gotta get this job, I gotta pay these bills. You know, I got this fucking I gotta pay that bill, and the landlord's gonna kick me out. If you have that fucking mentality, you're always going to live in that impoverished mentality.
You're gonna
You're,
live to fucking pay bills.
you're going to live to what is that called? You're manifesting your own reality.
Yeah, you're manifesting your own fucking hell. That's literally what you're doing. I was thinking about this the other day, and I it was like, your mentality is it makes your life, whether you want to accept it or not. But
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about the disdain that I allowed myself to gather from my employer. And I was like, dude, why are you like, you get to go play with a fucking drone for fucking 10 hours a day. I was like, are you really that fucking mad about that? And if you are, fucking leave. Like, it's your choice. What the fuck? Like, are you really bitching about the company vehicle, like all the little perks or whatever? Yeah, like no, I think that you've allowed yourself to fucking become a victim of stinking thinking, as Jim Rohn.
Oh,
Like a is fucking like self-realization as a motherfucker. You start to evaluate like what's going on in your head.
Art Williams, right there, stinking thinking.
No, so okay, it was Art Williams, but that's what it was, and it was like you allowed yourself to get fucking bitter about an interaction with one motherfucker that pissed you off,
Yeah.
and it spoiled the well so bad that that was the only thing I could see was that fucking old ass fucking douchebag, and I allowed it to just plant a seed, and then fucking that motherfucker's been living rent free in my head for fucking what few months now. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know better than this. And it happens to everybody. It does. But you just said something about like being presentable and like how you present yourself into the environment. Like, unless you're fucking homeless, like you motherfuckers need to do better. I'm dead ass serious. Like, my wife doesn't leave the house looking like shit. I don't leave the house looking like shit. I walk into the store and I see this fucking asshole walking around with a fucking. There's so much judgment coming out of my mouth. But you guys in your motherfucking Crocs looking like shit walking through fucking Walmart need to stop. Like, take a fucking little bit of time and make sure your fucking shit's clean, looking good. You never know who you're gonna run into. Like, that's really what it is. Like, well, they have to accept me for who I am. The fuck they do. Oh, look at you like you're a fucking piece of shit and keep on walking. What? What? That's just over there dancing.
Dude, everything this is like fucking dropping bombs. You're fucking everything you're saying is gold because unfortunately everybody fucking is always thinking about It's their entitlement, right? Oh, I'm entitled. I can dress. I can do whatever I wants to do.
Yeah, you can. You're right.
Yeah, you can. I can. You can wear your fucking. You can wear your Sunday, your flippy floppies and your fuzzy wuzzies and your
Your fucking
fucking
house shoes,
your yeah. What do you call
your
those?
house
The
shoes, and your hairnet.
your Smurf. I love this one. Are you ready for this? Your Smurf fucking Bubba Fett's with the little fucking rubber things on the bottom that you house slipper, right? Smurf, dude. Smurf, dude, the fucking little red hat and everything.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I'm thinking, I was like, they were awesome. They're cute. I would wear them. Hell yeah, dude. I love the fucking Smurfs. I'm not judging. But how are you going to be treated as somebody respectable? How are you going to help somebody? How about this one? All right. Some nice little old ladies right next to you. Just all of a sudden, somebody snatches her purse. You're in your little flippy floppies. Go catch that motherfucker.
Oh.
You can't be good. Oh, fuck that. I ain't doing that shit for no old lady. Good. Continue on with your life because she don't give a shit about you either. So,
There's living a lifestyle, being prepared is a really big deal, and
everything.
they think it's a prepper thing, and it's not. Like the fact that when I went
How
to help my buddy, and I had toe straps in the bed of my truck, and we had to drag a fucking lathe out of a Connex with a machine that you couldn't get the machine in there. It's like something so simple as being prepared for a scenario. It's not what are the chances that I would be in a position where I had to fucking do some shit like that? Like I would. Like it never crossed my mind, but it happens. So like you being able to like I like to talk about this a lot, like being an asset to fucking humanity. Like you're not an asset to humanity while running around in your fucking house shoes with fucking a do rag on. Nobody wants to fucking be around you because you're just not presentable. And I was the guy that wore do rags and fucking stocking caps my entire life. So you guys can eat a fucking dick in the comments if you don't like it. That's just the fucking fact of the matter. Like you got to grow the fuck up.
I have an example. A couple days ago, completely unrelated, but as soon as you said do rag, that's the first thing that came to my mind, and I apologize. But so I was here at a gas station with Dolly the other day, and we were getting. They have amazing tacos, little restaurant inside the gas station. One of those takeout places. So they had great tacos. We were getting some tacos, and then at the register, we were getting our sodas, and we noticed that there was a soft drink, full soft drink right there. And the lady behind us that was in front of us at first now is behind us. And I
Mm.
turned around, right? And excuse me, let me back up 30 seconds. Before that, there was this really big dude wearing a do rag, like trying to bum up some money and stuff, right? And didn't even pay attention to him, didn't even acknowledge him, didn't even anything. And then here I am, I'm looking at here and I see this fucking soft drink. And I asked the guy, I said, what is that? I said, isn't that hers? He goes, no, 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 no. She didn't have enough money. I'm like, are you serious? Put it on the thing. Are you sure? Yeah, please. And I grabbed the drink and I gave it to her. I said, here. And she's like, well, and I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it. And she goes, oh my God, thank you so much. I just gave her a drink. She was dressed as a nurse type, in that gear, like what do you call it, scrubs. Yeah, so she was dressed in scrubs, and that was it. It was a no brainer. It was like, yeah, here, thank you, because I'm trying to pay, and I need to get
Mm.
out of the way, and I felt bad for making her wait because she was coming back with the money or
Mm.
something, So I'm like, hey, you know what? Here you go. It was one of those things,
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
$1.50.
huh?
It's like $1.50.
It was
Like
like
yeah.
yeah, $3. Yeah, it was
Oh,
three. Yeah,
shit.
it
It's
was.
great.
It was. Even maybe that's what happened with her because she didn't have
Right.
enough. Yeah, exactly. It was like 3.59 or something like that. It is and I was
Yeah.
like, damn, dude, damn, fucking times has changed. That used to be 99 cents. Yeah, no, I swear to God, you are correct. At Stop and Goes, the big
Uh,
Stop and Go is 99 cents. You are correct.
yeah, it's
But no, dude, same thing. And I
4
was like,
months. Yeah.
ah, fuck, dude. So anyway, yes. And so then I find out that that crazy guy has been walking around harassing everybody at the gas station for money, you know?
Mm,
And I was like, you can tell it's like you dress up for success
mm.
in any aspect. But here's the thing. Understanding the day ahead of you is also understanding that the day ahead of you is based on every fucking decision you've ever made in your life.
Yeah. That
So
gets you don't get to where you're at without all the fucking bullshit in the past. Like,
and understanding and accepting and acknowledging that is probably step one.
mm,
You are where you are, not because of him or her. Or here we go. Let's quote fucking Rocky. I love you to death. You know, not because of him, her, or anybody. It's because of you,
no,
your own cowardness.
your own cowardice. Like, fucking hell. And jeez, there's just so much there. And well, because there's plenty of people that are just good fucking human beings that may not dress appropriately or whatever when they go out, and they get judged and put into a category that they don't even exist in based off of a first impression of visual appearance. And that's a big deal as well. How many opportunities are you missing, or what category do you end up in that you don't belong in just because of the way that you fucking decide to present yourself, on a given day or moment?
How can you sit at a dinner table with kings when you're dressed as a fucking peasant?
Right. You can't.
It's
You
impossible.
can't even get in the fucking room.
You can't. Okay. So how about this one? I noticed something the other day that in this. So a famous company in my world, aviation. So I understand that as well. In my world, in my aviation world, I follow a guy who sells airplanes, right? Real businessman up there in London. Is based out of London. Tremendous fucking jet broker he is, and he just got bought out. Like he sold his company to FlexJet. So now,
Mm.
and FlexJet here is like one of the largest. It's like you got NetJets and then you got FlexJet of the corporate private of private jet services. You have this is number two in the world.
Fucking Jesse.
You know, so it's like holy shit, fucking they just bought the largest jet brokerages, and the way these people were dressed, that's where we're going, excuse me. I saw that the way these people were dressed, if I were to send you a picture, dude, i i I even said to myself I would never dress like that. And then you know what came afterwards? I swear to God spoke to me in the back of my head. He goes, that's why you will never have his money. I swear to God, dude. It's not because of his dress. It's just because I won't have his life. So I accept that I am not that person. I would never dress like that. I am not going to be his life. I would never. I know that for a fact. But just understand to live that lifestyle, to live that life, you have to dress like that. Because everybody at the table was dressed like that. Right? And I'm talking about the full dress monkey suit, where that 7-tiered monkey suit, and it's cut off at the fucking at the ankles. I guess
Oh
that
yeah,
I guess the new age now is the fucking
it
ankles,
is high waters. Yeah, high waters and freaking loafers.
right? And I'm looking, yeah, no socks and shit, and then but dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
This guy, this founder of this company or whatever, he's not a very appealing person, but he looks like one. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying if I were to design a villain, if I were to
Oh
design
wow.
a villain, dude,
Oh
a
no.
mad villain, dude. This guy has the fucking teeth of Mr. Ed. He's got Mr. Ed's grill straight up. His teeth are huge chompers. This guy must be a fucking alien, or he's mixed in an Anunnaki. If you want to start talking fucking creation of Earth, That guy looks like a he looked like a what is that elf? Like an elf, like a yeah, like a pointy eared, fucking long nose, just like
Oh,
an elf in disguise as a human.
that's funny.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
fucking Lord of the Rings character and shit.
yeah, dude. But dressed, I'm telling you, he
Just
mu-
killing it.
he was probably wearing just in clothing alone, maybe 10, $15,000. Just not to mention everything else that you could tell his entourage is like this is I don't think I'm sure we would be there one day, but it's unthinkable.
That fucking jet. I had to look it up because I was very curious. It's a $4 billion fucking valuation.
They just bought look at the purchase of okay, so look up thank you you're on the computer. Look up the purchase of FlexJet and London charter service. London airplane sales or something like that. London broker, airplane broker. Now you're going to see a picture of two guys dressed in a blue suit, and you're going to see exactly who I'm talking about when I just described him. When he starts smiling, you're going to see he's there's a picture.
International news 1 day ago.
Yeah, that
FlexJet acquires the business or the jet business names Varsano president. Oh wow, that dude. Yeah, that's interesting. He's a lot older than I anticipated,
but
but
you
no,
are
that's so interesting. Huh, very interesting.
are you seeing the dinner table picture that I saw?
No, this is the guy freaking. He's got on the blue suit
Yes, yes, yes. Look at his grill. I love his smile.
and all them teeth.
Right, dude? Oh my God. There's huge, huge teeth, dude.
But
Huge.
that's a $4 billion company. So good on him.
Yeah. I've learned how the world that we project, the world that we literally, it's the world that we see is the world that we project. The world that we project, if you don't like the world that you project, you can change the channel. I've learned how to change the channel.
Yeah, you have to. It's like I don't like it here. Well, why are you staying there? Change the fucking channel.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
yeah, there's been a lot of thought going on this week. There's I guess there's a lot of thought going on every week. That's nothing new. I was watching a day in the life. Fuck, what was the name of that shit? It's the guy that interviews fucking millionaires and billionaires. Okay, he's
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
so
know who
he
you're
did
talking
it.
about. The
He
fucking
did a
School to Hard Knocks kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
that guy. School of Hard Knocks is what it was, and he interviewed Andy Frisella.
Yes, I started to watch it, but I didn't.
Yeah,
He went inside the facility.
yeah, no, so it's one of those things where like the brain keeps score so well. And I was like, I remember when I had somebody that I would not listen to. And he was like, you need to stop listening to so much Andy Frisella and do what I tell you to do. And I was like, we don't have the same goals. Like, I don't want what you have. He's
That
like,
is
well, you
correct.
should. And I was like, yeah, no. And this is before I even knew how wealthy this man was. But he had was putting out so much stuff that I believed in about character and who you are and building something for the next generation and beyond. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I want that. I was like, I don't want this over here. He's like, well, you really need to stop listening to him. And then this comes out and I'm watching it and I'm just like, I was like, you have to be so careful who you take your advice from. because that is literally going to dictate whatever course you decide to stay locked in on. Like 100%. You imagine if I had shrunk my thinking down to fucking recruiting the next life insurance agent instead of building something that was mine. Like what a
You see, here's the beauty behind everything that you and I think we both learned in the last 5 years. I mean, because literally building something for somebody else, realizing what time really truly is worth, how to build something for ourselves that it truly is for ourselves,
mm,
because the everything that you have learned is building you freedom for tomorrow.
mm,
That's those are the seeds that you're fucking planting, right? So in the seasons of life, right? So the you haven't had to start to harvest just yet. You know what I mean?
right.
The seeds are there. Now you may have certain spurts and certain growths. So and this is why I started to study the Bible, and I started making some fucking little recordings here and there about ideas that come up. And I'm noticing that how that's what they talk about your 10% for tomorrow. That's what there's your savings is for tomorrow. When we wake up in the day, right? I've learned that when we wake up in the day, that's the opportunity I have. It's only in the window of my consciousness of which is why the time that I'm awake. That's why technically sleeping is overrated, if you think about it.
No, it's not because that's when you dream.
That's when but you don't have to sleep 8 hours a day.
No,
You
not
can
at all.
definitely break it down into 2 to 3 hour fucking power naps. 100%.
Depending on your physical regimen, yeah,
Fair
you
enough. But
gotta,
yeah.
you gotta
Okay.
heal. Yeah, yeah. Remember, I don't sleep for shit, so just want to get that out there.
I've noticed that my performance is so much more when I break my day up in fourths instead of just, yeah, because I have to, my 24 hours, I have to sleep twice. It,
Really,
there's yeah. And I'm not talking about going to sleep fucking,
you just rack out wherever you're at and take a power nap.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And so depending on how long depending on the amount of energy that was exhausted, it could be a 45-minute power nap, or it could be a 2 hour power nap for a maximum 4 hours. Maximum. The longest that I've noticed is 4 hours. And that is because you fucking killed it, and then you fucking rest. But I don't normally sleep more than 4 hours. I'm going to bed. When I go to bed, good night. I love you. Good night. And I'm out. It's 4 hours. For some fucking reason, I wake up right about 4 hours, and if I don't get up, I'm sloshy, I'm drawn, I'm like that. Oh, I have to get up. And I get up and I'm like, all right, what time is it? Fuck, I don't know. It's 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it may be. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess this is where I start my day. And
Mm.
that's what my day starts. And then whatever I need to do around that aspect of that I needed to do, that's where my day starts. The majority of my online, my computer, my all that shit, my videos, all that shit is probably done by 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe. You
Yeah,
know, I could probably rack up a full 8 hour day, before everybody wakes up.
yeah. That's like I definitely remember those days where I was getting up at 3 a.m. and I'd be back home by 5, and I would literally do more than everybody else by 10 a.m. And then, like it would like my day would be fucking done. Like I had already sent all my messages, but like everything
Mhm.
would be done before people actually were fucking getting up. Especially on the West Coast, you guys are fucked. I gotta eat your lunch like all day, every day. but I don't sleep either, or I didn't at that point. So I've been doing pretty good now, trying to be consistent with my. I would I'd say prioritizing sleep to an extent because there's a I have a hard stop point at 9 p.m. and I've blown past it a couple times. But if I don't stop at 9 p.m., I will work through the fucking night. I've figured it out. But it's like, yeah, no, you have to you have to shut it off. I gotta go like turn my brain off and watch some brain rot for a little bit, or I will not sleep. My brain will continue to solve problems throughout the course of the night, and that's why it's like that's why I wouldn't sleep, is because it wouldn't fucking turn the fuck off. I've even resorted to taking Benadryl on certain nights. So I was like, yeah, no, just need it to shut off. So melatonin, Benadryl, but those two seem to work. Alternate them off and just try to develop some sort of. I mean, because I'm stronger when I get some sleep by far. It's like I think there's a couple nights this past week
You
where
rest. The body
yeah,
needs rest, of
it
course.
does. Well,
You
that's what I was
know,
like. Well, I'm looking at it. It's like there's one night I think I we went to bed. I laid there for an hour. I got back up, went to the couch, and then I think I ended up going back to sleep at like freaking 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And the alarm went off at 4:15. I was just like, "Fuck my life, man." And you go. It was Wednesday because I didn't go to the gym that day because I was just like, "There's this isn't going to be good." So I went to work. And I actually talked shit to myself the entire drive to work. It was like, you can go to the work, but you won't fucking do what you need to do for your fucking mentality, you pussy. But so don't worry, I talk shit to myself worse than I talk to everybody else. But the level of brain fog and shit that is a result of all that just sucks. Like, so it's like I got to get the workout in, especially if I don't sleep. And I think I ate like 20 nuggets from Chick-fil-A and a large fry and all this other
mm,
shit. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I needed the calories because I didn't sleep. It's like I need something to fucking to fuel the system. Uh, uh, well,
the
sleep's
good thing is
overrated
that
and underrated at the same
the,
time.
the good thing is that you know your body where
Oh
you can ingest, you know, shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's energy.
You know, exactly. And it becomes energy and it's not like for somebody else. It just and it becomes stored fuel.
AKA fat. Um,
You know,
fucking sugarcoat that shit. Yeah, no. Like, wow, you look like you got all the energy in the world. Well, man, I feel like shit. It's because you're carrying it. Like, yeah, it's wearing you out. You gotta burn that shit, bro. I hear the wife in the kitchen. It's already freaking. I mean, that means your wife is up too.
oh, dude, I saw her a minute ago, and I know the dogs are over there looking at me like, "Hey, come on out! Can I come out?" Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's about that time. I guess
listen.
I better
So,
fucking get the other one uploaded because I want to put this one out too. So, like,
thank
really,
you once again for this pleasure.
uh, thank you. So, fucking beautiful.
We got to figure out if I'm gonna go do that. I don't know what kind of schedule I'm gonna go figure out what kind of schedule I'm gonna put myself on, whether it
We'll
be
figure.
like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or I don't know. It's gonna have to. I'm only gonna give them 3 days a week, and I'm gonna maximize those 3 days into to the full extent. So I'm gonna ask for a job, a regular W-2 job for Dolly, and if they don't have one, then she's gonna go with me anyway, and she will be my helper. I will bill for her because if they don't want to put me on a fucking yeah, so they can suck a dick, right? So now I maximize my day. So now listen to this. So Nestor is actually going to look for a camper, okay? Because I think I'm gonna go fucking buy a camper take my Porsche, hook up to the little camper, drive my ass up there, live there for 3 days in the airport. I could
Mm.
shower at the FBO. I got everything I need there, shower, whatever. I have everything. Holy fuck, dude! I don't need to leave the area. I have everything I need there. Full bathroom, full shower, full tub, full everything. Work area. I'm there for 24/7, 3 days a week. That's 72 hours, right? Wait, 24, 24, 24,
Yeah.
72. That's 72 fucking hours billable, right? So, well, Ness, you have to sleep 8 hours. Great. There's two of us, motherfucker. So guess what?
Fuck.
I win.
I win.
I win, dude. I can charge 24 hours now instead of the 12 because I have an extra tech with me. I fucking win, dude. I just negotiated fucking a basic salary of $3,000 a week, and they're like, 3,400 is what I wanted. $85 an hour full time. They came back at 75 fucking contractor, no guaranteed hours. Great. Are you sure you want that? Yes. Let me think about that, dude. I made $500,000 on $60 an hour. Yeah, okay. I'll take it. I'll take the extra 25 bucks. And oh, by the way, what do I owe you? Because I still owe you money, right? Oh yeah, I think we like 15 grand or whatever. Well, we'll worry about that later. All right, I'll stop paying you 500 bucks a week. Let me get that shit over with. Because in my
Mm.
mind, I want to resolve this as fast as possible. I want to make as much money as possible, get in and get the fuck out, you know, get in and get out. It's going to take me longer, and I'm only doing it because why am I stretching it out to 4 years? Maybe because Gabby. Because what happens? What if we do move? What if that actually picks up? Here's the other thing that's positive. I'm going to be recording pretty much every job I do. So now I have school material. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's this is the same company who I approached at one time to partner with me with the school. And it turns out that the school that I'm associated with, the new general manager is a relative of the owner of this company. So,
Mm.
and it's like it's a small circle
All
of,
right.
and I said to every single one of these three, these three companies. So the name is Big Sky is the one here that the contracting company, right? That has the contract. Fucking then you have AAMT, which is the big school that is flying me everywhere, and then you have me, Nestor, with little aviator school slash AOG Nestor slash fucking whatever I could do to help. So now aviator school is actually associated directly with all three of them, which is fucking phenomenal. Now they're talking about opening a new hangar in Stewart, which is on my side already, and opening up an actual school. So that falls in line with my aviator school of training new mechanics on the way in. It falls directly in line with bringing mechanics with my AAMT stuff, bringing mechanics from overseas, bringing them here to the States to get certified. And I can offer them a part time job or like earn credits while you're fucking earn hours, earn credits for on the job training. Come in and you do a job legally. I probably can't pay you, but I could fucking deduct a whole bunch of fucking time off your schedule because you did the work. So
Right.
why not? So I could save a whole bunch of people money. And that's why noticing now the instructions, like for example, the tuitions for the school, dude, a tuition to do my job is like $55,000 a year, you know?
Really?
Yeah. And it's only a year and a half school, but not a year, but it's like $57,000 to get a fucking AMP at a regular school.
Mm.
Okay, and you can do it in a year and a half, though. Okay, I think I can help you do it in a year. So that means I can probably charge 60 grand. You see what I'm saying? If I can charge $60,000 a person just for fucking tuitions, all right, Poppy, we got. I think we can make a lot of good things. So that's why my sacrifice, my thing, is becomes more of a like it's not a sacrifice. I want to jump in with you. I want to go in there and say, okay, here, be the best version of myself. Number one, of course, I'm here as an AMP. First of all, I'm here as an AMP, so let's be an AMP. But by the way, if we don't start moving up the school rankings or we start doing this, I'm fucking out. If I'm not making the money I'm supposed to be making, I'm fucking out. It's just, it's got to be worthwhile. If I don't have the
Yeah.
time to be able to build her business at the same time, I'm out. If I have too much going on with them, oh, we got, you know what I mean? I don't understand. Everything has to be worthwhile. I will make as much money as I can, fucking possible, but that money is that money. If I can't give her hours, right? Like her, so if she's working as my second contractor, I have every right to charge for her and give her her piece. Dude, she should be making fucking, what is it, $75 an hour? I can get $75 an hour for her. Fuck, I love my life, dude. You know? That's it. Now I'll probably fucking living like a peasant and like living in on a trailer.
I was like, yeah, have me fucking hook up a trailer to my truck and come work for you for fucking
Oh,
$75 an hour.
yeah. I mean,
Right.
that's how I paid Nelson, and
That's
I was paying Nelson out of my $60 an hour, and I gave him a flat salary, dude. I gave him a straight salary every week, doing the hours or no hours. That's why that one, woo, and that was me trying to not work that many hours. Remember, I was trying to cut down,
you're still paying them.
and I was still paying him. So now, on the contrary, now I want everything. I want whatever I can get with her during those 3 days, though. On the fucking, if it start interfering with my fourth, my fifth, my sixth, and my seventh day, then we have an issue. I'm only going to do this for 3 days a week. That's the commitment that I gave to myself
Mm.
because this is a small sacrifice. We went out with Sebastian yesterday, and he's like, "Dad, so what are you going to do?" And I told him what we were going to do. He goes, "That sounds like fun. You're going to be driving to fucking Tampa once a week, there and back once a week." And I'm like, dude, I did AOGs for so long and I drove through the fucking state every day.
Mm.
What the fuck is, how many times did I drive to Naples in one day? It's like, it happens all the time. So it's like, what's one trip a week? Nothing.
Yeah. That's
Living in a trailer does get tiring though. 3 days, living in a,
3 days. It's like going to a fucking small apartment.
so I'm thinking I'm okay.
Yeah.
Especially if there's no work, if there's no, listen, if there's no work, right? There's no need to be there. If there's, I'm on call.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get paid by fucking my 40 anyway. I'm gonna get my 40.
Whether you guys are working here or not, I'm still billing you because I'm here.
I'm gonna bill you fucking 40 hours, regardless. Regardless. I will, I, I will be definitely, I will be present for those 40. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be there, whatever it is that I can do to help you guys for those 40 hours, 100%. Anything above and beyond is up to me,
Mm.
100%. If I take a job and above my 40 hours, I know that that's up 100% up to me. But
I don't know.
if I can get the 80 hours with her, ay Dios mío. Ay Dios mío.
You're fucking hilarious.
Dude, that's $6,000 a week. Yeah. What am I doing? Nothing. That's why I'm thinking I'm happy with my 3,000, my straight 40. I'm fat. Yeah, three grand a week. I'm okay. I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot. That's why whatever extra hour I can get for her, 100% goes towards Perrota. It goes 100% towards our trips, 100% towards you know. So,
Let me know when you're ready to build that website for your wife's business. We'll get that Shopify rolling.
you have to let me know how much you're going to charge me first. because I don't want this. Yeah, no, this has to be a do for that. Energy for energy. You know, whatever I can do to help you. It's the only way this works. It's the only way.
I gotta figure out how much I'm gonna charge you
So
for.
yeah, you have to figure out what that exchange of energy is worth. And I love you for that. And with that, we'll cut it off.
All
Once
right, bro.
again, thank you so much for being here. If you like, subscribe. If you got any value whatsoever, please like, subscribe, and buy our shit.
All that energy right there. Love you, brother. I'll catch up with you next week.